Finally, the playoffs, and we're seeing, Immortals versus Version X. We're going to see who is going to be the team to continue on in the winners bracket and not go down to the losers. But here we have it. Triggered already attempting the push in. Of course, some damage done, but it still looks good. Version X with the entry, but it's going to be K with the TP out. And that's why I say, it's good for those who want to get aggressive and take those picks in case they need it. And that's why Chamber is kind of useful. But it does seem Immortals doing a lot better here. They're winning it out at 3v2. Now, Julia, everything lines up perfectly for her, and it's a double headshot.
The lineup was so unfortunate for the side of Version X. Naomi and Katrigga just lining up by accident. And, well, that's that pistol round.
A lot of people understand how good a Bulldog is on the bonus round as well. You are aiming in and you try to get that. You are able to kind of get that burst action. So it kind of helps, I feel like, a lot more long range. But here, it doesn't really matter if Version X can take the weapons out of the hands of Immortals, then it'll matter a lot. But within this round, you can kind of come to that conclusion that Version X is going to have a hard time here.
Yeah, a 3-2 split on the A site, and they're kind of slowly pushing. The guiding light is going to give a bit of information for Jen, but a counter guiding light as well. Jen is completely blind, but they do line up, and it's only Spectres. What can you do against that, especially when in Classic? Naomi can shoot heads, she can get two. That's an insane amount of damage just with one by herself. She will get flushed out by that aftershock, but
now they're feeling confident. The Bulldog's still there in the hands of K, so could utilize it, but this complete push for Julia, of course, a little bit of a bait out there. You can see Immortals playing with that. That's Version X attempting to take it back. They're trying to pick off these players as fast as possible, and of course, Triggered stuck in a situation. They don't know exactly what to do. They're going to try to get up on this flank around, maybe sandwich in, but we can see both players completely missing each other. It's Sarah and Katrigga passing each other by, and now they're going to try to flank together, even though they're on opposite sides of the team. But you can see that, perfect timing here, and that's possibly a one, but the discipline here is immaculate. Jen knows there's one, but of course Katrigga knew beforehand. It is going to be the timing, though, that catches out. We have the util here still for Sarah. A beautiful pick off. Trying to play with everything and work out just fine here. And yeah, it's Version X with the team ace and a win.
Well, Version X was able to win out the gun duels. They did have the better weaponry too, so that helps on top of it. But now we go into another round. A similar default that we saw beforehand in the previous round.
Yeah, once again, I like this as well. You can see that Naomi has control of both Garage and control of Long C. But no, just going to completely let that control go away as the alarm bot is re-picked up. It does seem like the A site is going to be a hard take. You can hear that Trailblazer Jen knows. Okay, well, this is an indicator. They're definitely going to push here. And now we're going to have just this Rolling Thunder in, and it's going to push back some players, but it does seem like Immortals pushing up, attempting to take it. They're playing together. It's going to be Jen and Julia, the pair that attempts to take on the world, but there's just so much util being thrown out, and a rotation that comes through as well here.
Yeah, that using the information, they realized that there was 3 players on the A site, so straight away, once they got that there, they just decided, we're gonna rotate back out. And I really like how, Starlight getting a really good pick on the controller for that take onto the C sides, and they're gonna get that backside control, much needed. And the Seekers are going to give all the information for this post plant.
Most definitely so. Only one person trying to gain control outside of the site, and that's going to be Kara, but this is difficult. This is very dangerous. Kara definitely does have a flash, but the reposition there is going to work perfectly. Now it's leaving Julia by themselves, knowing the wraparound might happen, knowing that there's somebody Garage, having to be very, very cautious. But Kara, in due time, is going to get the timing right and win that second round here for Version X.
Is the scoreline. we'll be seeing like a lot of ults coming up now. The ultimate economy has been tipping in the favor of version X, so we'll possibly see a heavy take without them realizing. That's so well done from her. And already an opener from Sarah with that Guardian. She does have the Rolling Thunder as well to use. And Jen is one away from Seekers too, so this could be a possible win. Even though it's 3 Sheriffs on the board and a Spectre in hand in K. Triggered is playing this elevated position, seeing if Julia will push forward. Anyone will push forward. But they're playing really, really disciplined here. Jen is here for the bait and switch, and Jen is there also with a Sheriff in hand. Naomi there with the trade out.
They're playing together here. Version X just not letting anybody take that 1v1. And that's all you really need. I mean, you play with the team. You try to peak together. How can you lose that? Of course, I mean, if a nasty spray transfer comes through, if you guys just line up and give that one tap to anybody on Version X, my apologies on Immortals, then yeah, okay, you go down and it was unfortunate. But how would you win a 1v3 or a 1v2? It's almost impossible, which is why it works so well for Version X. You can see they're attempting to get this onto the site. That paranoia comes down. It's looking good, but they're not going to play off of it. It's Tupperware still having that shrouded step, but I mean, doesn't really matter at this point. It does seem like the push comes down, and there were so many stuns there. Sarah's not going to play with the team. This might actually be one of those mistakes that were made, because they could have maybe pushed a little bit further on Immortals if Sarah was there in perfect time.
Down and getting the trades out. 2-3 now, Version X, and an operator is invested for Triggered, and this is where she shines.
Yeah, but Julia here, knowing that they have a dash left, yeah, not gonna let that trade come down. Julia's like, absolutely not. I still have this here. I'm just gonna tailwind away and not allow you to take this one. But still, there is a progression needing to be made for Version X. They need to go somewhere. They need to figure out where they want to push, but they don't realize Immortals is so obedient and patient on these sites.
Look at them. Yeah, they've just left the B site and also Garage open because those trademarks are holding it. There's the information gathered if Starlight decides to push out and gain that B main control. They're aware that they will be pushing through the mid side. So instead, now they're going onto A, where there's actually three players from Immortals holding this down.
Oh yeah, Jen's holding
it.
It seems like Jen is going to be traded out. We still do have the auto strike from Starlight, and we do have 30 seconds, so just the retake gonna play off it. Let everybody on the site on Version X get their spike down, give them that space to do so. It does seem like Version X isn't gonna play on the site. Actually might just play with the breach utility here. We do have at least one more piece of util to utilize. Of course, Rush is going to use it, waiting for the post plant. The moment that indicator comes out, they know. Now it's the orbital strike to stall for time, but maybe just waiting for the tick, because now it's gone, and now they have to fight for it. And it does seem like 2 go down, and that's exactly what I mean about timing. You have to be careful, but this is beautiful. Might actually let Tupperware down, but in perfect timing, Tupperware is actually able to get the defusal. Holding out strong, but oh, beautiful. The stun there. Julia trying to push up, but an attack operator from Triggered is actually going to catch out Julia. Now Immortals losing their Jet, their main space creator. Oh, and that's going to be hard. I mean, Trigger just knows how to play with the op as the Jet. You can't really play, you can't go in front of Triggered and expect to come out of it alive, especially with that op in her hands. She knows what she's doing. Tupperware isn't going to use any utility right now to try to smoke this off. It seems like maybe one comes out.
No way.
It does seem like everybody else on Immortals are going to be dropped down. Now it's just Jen and Sarah, Version X. Still do have the operator with Triggered. seems like Katrika's going long. So either way that this works out, if they're able to take at least one down and everybody else goes down with it on the side of version X, Katrika is still going to be long to watch and wait for the perfect time and the perfect moment. But here we have it. It's the jiggle peek here. That's good information. Now Sarah having to back out, all this util being invested within this one angle. It seems like Sarah, it might just actually feel like a couple picks here before the round end. And pulling out the flash, a little bit afraid of everything that's going on. It's just a lot for one person.